know where my head has been, probably in like shucking oysters and buttery lobster because I just got back from Maine. But every time you talked about expansion, I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you reading? Because I'm not seeing it. And finally, yesterday, I saw it for the first time and have some clarity on what they want. So I want to clear up any confusion. Please. Adam Silver would like to develop a new league in Europe, not expansion. He's not going to put a team in Rome or Europe that flies here. It's a new league. And with that, I think the G League's got to be gone. I think your second league is your Euro League where you develop players. The Europeans have a system. They get them young at like 14, like soccer players, and they train them until they're ready to get to the NBA. So for those players that stay in the States that are American that can't get to the NBA after college or whatever, you send them to the Euro League. That is your new minor league system.
I mean, you go ask any player, good D2 player that can't make it in the NBA. That's obvious. Where do you go? You go overseas and you make it. And some make it careers out of it. You get the best American players that are on an NBA roster playing against or with the best Europeans who aren't yet on an NBA roster as well.
So it's a couple years away. Adam Silver's touring around. He's meeting with several teams that exist today. But here's where I want to go with it. I think it starts out is the Euro League is the minor league. You get them young, you develop them. I could see this becoming a competitive league where some people don't want to leave Europe. They don't want to leave Rome. They don't want to leave Paris. And then it turns into, like in football, where you have the English Premier League and then you have La Liga. And then those are two powerhouses. Then you have the Champions League. So I want a Euro League, an NBA. The winners of that play, and we finally have a world champion in basketball.
And what I also think you might see is, like in football, when you have a wonderful player that you've developed and you're a lower end team and someone wants to say Barcelona, Real Madrid, we like that player. How much do you like him? How much money do you have to give? There is the concept that, hey, if you're the Knicks and you really like a player in Madrid, pony up some money, right? So there's value to your development. I like that idea. I don't see, would Silver allow that parity in the way of competition, or he'd want everything in the States, right? The best players in the States, wouldn't he?
He would, but what I'm saying is natural evolution of things, right?
Yeah.
European money, European billionaires, I don't think they can invest in a domestic product or team or ownership group. So if they start getting that Saudi money or that France money, and they develop the players, and then there's some sort of salary cap, and there's sponsorship deals, and there's TV deals. Hey, Kyle, why are you going to leave Paris? Like, you grew up in France. You're playing for your family. Do you really want to go play for the Knicks? And then they rise up to the top because these players don't leave.
Fair point. I love it. I love the idea.
Why would you leave? You leave for money. You leave for endorsements. You may leave for like a TV market. But if the Euro League is affiliated with the NBA, you're going to get some of that TV money, and you're definitely going to be playing globally.
Fair. I mean, would you rather live in France or, let's see, Indianapolis?
Exactly.
I love the concept, and I love how they came out with it. It wasn't like leaked. It was like, okay, here's the vision. Everything's completed. It wasn't just the foundation, but more to come.
Let's get in this podcast. Hello and welcome to Big Ben and K-Win. Each week we broadcast live on nofilter.net, YouTube. More of an audio podcast person. Anywhere you get your podcast, you can find us. If you watch this live, drop your comments below. If you watch this on demand, drop your comments below. I'm K-Win. He's Big Ben. We talked about expanding the NBA to Europe.
Ooh.
We're going to talk a little Penn State, a little college football, and why it's bad to be a New Yorker. And that's where I want to start, Big Ben. You lived in New York. Well, kind of New York. I lived in New York. And at this time of the year, we're either in Atlantic City, we're in the Hamptons, we're living it up, we're having a great time. Summer's winding down, and you know what we're excited about? Postseason baseball and football. But if you're a New Yorker right now, the Mets are scuffling. Mm-hmm. The Yankees are a mess. Is New York, which consists of the Yankees and the Mets, the most overrated Major League Baseball market today?
What makes something overrated? I thought about this. It's relative to the amount we discuss it, or it's in the media, relative to the output or success and wins, right? Like, are we talking? And yes, the answer is yes. There are 8 million people in New York City. 8 million, K-Win. That is so many. That's double the size of the greater Seattle area in population. They're up before us. Their content's out before us. People are clicking on it before us. So it stays relevant. That's the toughest part. But you're right. The Yankees stink. Well, they don't stink.
I said it 2 weeks ago. Go back and look at the tape. They're not making the playoffs.
The Yankees don't make the playoffs. And then everyone has to shift focus to the Jets and the Giants. It's not going to be a good winner for New Yorkers.
No.
But
got nothing to look forward to except the New York City Marathon.
I ran the half, by the way. But I will say this. They're up before us. Their content's out before us. People are looking at it, clicking on it before us. And I'm saying us being West Coast.
Yeah.
Therefore, they're the loudest. And I mean, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, they can spin it any different way for other people to consume.
And they got nothing else to do. They're annoying. They're diehard.
There's stuff to do.
No. There's nothing to do except sports and go to a bar. We've got a lot of stuff to do. But you're right, they're overrated. The last 10 years, guess how many championships have come out of New York? 0. Dodgers have 2. The Astros have 2. The Rangers have 1. So the state of Texas has 3. The Mets haven't won since 1986. The Yankees haven't won since 2009. When I lived there, they didn't win. So why are we still talking about them? And here, I'm on a heater right now. There are 5 teams better than the Yankees right now. Mariners, Astros, Tigers, the Red Sox, and the Blue Jays in their division. They're third. There are 5 teams better than the Mets right now. Look out west. Dodgers, Padres. You've got the Brewers, who are the best team in baseball right now. They're playing like it. You got the Cubs. Then you got the Phillies. Why are we talking about these teams?
Where's ESPN located?
Bristol.
Thank you.
Where's Stephen A. Smith located? New York.
New York, exactly. The loudest mouths in media are from New York. And again, they can make any content relevant, good, bad, indifferent. You're going to click on it. You're going to hear about it. And the West Coast, there's just, as you said, there's nothing to do. There's a lot of stuff to do. I mean, LA is the second biggest media market. Yet they probably have about half the people covering sports that New York does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth.
Hollywood.
That's the truth. We don't care as much about sports. I mean, that's based on fandom, based on whatever you want to say. Yankees are annoying. My question to you, how would you classify their fans? Knicks in 6. Knicks in 6. By the way, that's also another issue. The Knicks were good, so all of a sudden that momentum carries over to the baseball season. How would you classify their fans?
The Yankees fans are knowledgeable, smart, and they know their baseball.
Okay.
They don't have those stupid homer Yankees or whatever you do in the playoffs. They just get up and stand up. I love a good New York Yankees fan. The Knicks fans are stupid. Right? Like, they get their game on Christmas. They're happy. They're excited. Oh, this is our year. You know what? It's not your year. Look at your team. Look at the West. You're not going to win. Knicks fans are delusional. Yankees fans are smart and knowledgeable. Red Sox fans are annoying. Mets fans,
I haven't met
they're
a
just waiting for a winner.
Yeah, I haven't met a Mets fans. And let's go to football, because I was in Hoboken when the Giants won, I think, 2 titles in 3 years. Now that was huge, right?
Yeah.
But that's dissipated. Now the funny part is the Jets win 10 games. K-Win, look out! We're never going to read about anything else.
Yeah,
for the entire season. So,
the Giants are not that far away, right? They've got Neighbors. They've got Carter that they drafted from Penn State. They got Thibodeau. They got a good defense. Jackson Dart, we'll see. Russ, we'll see. I think they're a quarterback away from fighting for a wild card. Maybe they're like 1 or 2 years away.
Sure. I want to go to the dealer analogy. So the cards are, if you're the New York metro area, what are your cards? Aaron Judge.
Great.
Juan Soto. Who else?
Got
Pete
Lindor's
Alonso.
good.
Pete Alonso,
Over there.
Lindor. Who? Giancarlo. Is he even relevant anymore?
That's the problem with the Yankees. They're built around Judge. Their starting pitching has gone to shit. Their bullpen, they traded for these arms, can't hold a lead. They're slumping around Judge, and they're throwing the ball around the field. The Yankees, a disaster. The Mets, I think they'll be all right. I think they get to the playoffs, but they ain't winning it all.
I can't wait till you leave LA and you just torch LA too, because you telling how it is. But stay with me. The analogy. There's those cards. Give me 5 cards from, let's go, the Mariners and the Dodgers.
You got Raleigh. You got Suarez. You got Naylor. You got, what's the guy, Rodriguez in center. I don't even know your starting pitching, but I know you guys are lights out. You've got the best farm system in Major League Baseball.
So take the Mariners and Dodgers right here. Mariners and Dodgers. Mariners versus Yankees. Dodgers versus Mets. Who ends up in the proverbial title game? Is it Mariners Dodgers?
Yeah.
Okay, we win.
Where's the MVP coming? Oh, the West Coast. Cal Raleigh's got to win it. Judge should not. If Judge wins it, it's a travesty. I'll tell you that. He's having a great year, and he should win a Silver Slugger, but Cal Raleigh is the most valuable player in the American League.
Here's the issue with Cal Raleigh. Let's go back to there's been 2 MVPs at the catcher position. Pudge and Joe Mauer. Both hit over 300. But both did not sniff. Cal Raleigh's already hit more home runs than both of them, and he has more RBIs than Joe Mauer already. The issue is the baseball writers of America are going to look at it's almost what Judge would have done if he was healthy. You know what they do. They project in a sense. But he should win it, bar none. Mariners would be nowhere close to where they are. And that's important too. I mean, they'd be nowhere close to, they're leading the wild card right now. Without Cal Raleigh, they're sniffing the A's.
Yeah. Well, so Judge is having a great year. I think he's leading the league as of today in average. Mm-hmm. He's second in home runs. I think he's close to the top in RBIs. But I don't think his year has been like a Mike Trout year like 4 or 5 years ago, or a Tani year where it was so great you had to give him the MVP. Those guys were great, and then everyone else was just okay. Cal Raleigh's going to break the record for home runs for catchers. He might break the Mariners' single season record. He won the home run derby. The problem is he's playing when all these writers on the East Coast are asleep. And so they just see Judge go 2 for 4 with a home run and RBI, and they don't even know what Cal Raleigh's doing. They don't even know the Mariners are in first place.
Here's what the Mariners have to do. They need to mark. What are the biggest channels over in New York? And all these like proverbial East Boston, they need to run an MVP campaign.
Yeah, Times Square, like the Ducks. Take an ad out in Times Square.
Exactly. Thank you. That's because you're exactly right. They don't see the impact Cal's having. They look at the standings. Okay, the Mariners are good, but their pitching's nails. But also, some could argue that Cal Raleigh has an influence on how the pitching is. Obviously, you're right.
Aaron Judge has an influence on how bad the Yankees' defense is. But you're right. I didn't even think about that. Cal's calling the game. He's a good defensive player. Judge is an okay defensive player.
And he's got a great nickname, the Big Dumper. I mean, he's a 7-tool player if we're counting nicknames and influence behind the plate. That's what should go up. 7-tool player, first and only. Cal Raleigh. List all his wonderful stats, all the records he's already broken, and then just say MVP. Check. Vote for him. How do you vote? Is it a little ballot and check it? What? We got to figure that out. Is it an X? Do you fill in the circle?
You got to get the little Scantron and circle the bubble.
Exactly. Make sure you did the right one.
Yes. All right, moving on, because I got to pick up Theo here before 7. Let's stay out East, I guess. Yeah, Pennsylvania is East Coast.
Ooh.
Is this the year? Is this finally the year? Is Penn State going to break through, Big Ben?
3 reasons why not. 3. I can give you 3, maybe 5.
All right, let's hear it.
1, karma.
Okay.
Sandusky. All
Ooh.
Wow. That is still going to haunt. That's going to haunt Penn State. Like I don't know what you'd have to do in order to overcome that karma that sits with that. 2, they're 1-10 against Ohio State. You got to beat the best to be the best. And they haven't done that. And 3, James Franklin's bifocals. This is my this. I went back and I said, hey, quick search. Who's the last coach that actually won in bifocals? And they made reference to Jim Harbaugh and his Cartier buffs that he wore. Those don't count. The last one was Joe Paterno, of all people. James Franklin, get LASIK. Do something. These glasses that don't look like you have them on, just switch it up. And they're still riding the Joe Pa kind of train. And it's kind of like UW with the Don James era and how they won one national championship and maybe 2. Like, they're riding that train still. And they get good recruits because all other football teams suck in the Northeast. So they get all the good ones. So it's like you should be really good, but you can't deliver in crunch time. Like, and that's coaching. That is coaching. James Franklin, if he, you know what,
maybe this is the year he breaks through, right?
No, here's what you need to do. If you were the college president,
the Red Sox broke through.
Easy.
The Cubs broke through.
How many years did it take?
A long time.
Yeah, so they got about 30 more years in Penn State if they're going to break through at that pace. I'm the college president at Penn State University. I walk into James Franklin's office and I say, if you do not win it this year and or beat Ohio State, you will not have a job. Then see what happens. Like, it has to come to that, doesn't it?
I'm going to argue this is the year of Penn State, Big Ben. I'm going to be here to support our fans in Pennsylvania that go to Happy Valley and have a good time wearing a white shirt at the whiteout party in Beaver Stadium. They were a drive away from making it to the national championship. They return Drew Aller, 3-year starter. He's probably a first-round draft pick. They have the best running back room in the country with Singleton and Allen. Their defensive coordinator, oh, by the way, Jim Knowles came from Ohio State. He's got that championship pedigree. He's got that 4-2 scheme. And have you seen Penn State's defense? They've got a corner by the name of A.J. Harris, going to be a first-rounder. They've got Danny Dennis Sutton on the edge. This could be the year.
I'll give you that. Knowles might be a karma buster. He might be the guy, because reading around about Knowles and just how he carries himself and what he brings to that program, that he might be the karma buster. In fact, I would love to see it if they don't win it. Knowles becomes the head coach, because in reality,
that's why he signed the deal.
He's coaching waiting. In reality, Kyle, you just said they have, quite frankly, probably the best quarterback in college football. Maybe Arch. There's probably a few others. They have best running backs. They have the best defensive backs. If you do not win, what does that say about you as a coach? What does that say?
I haven't even talked about their 3 wide receivers they got in the transfer portal. like they got Kyron Hudson from USC, Devontae Ross from Troy, Trayvon Pena from Syracuse. Together, they combined for 2,400 yards last year. So on paper, they have it all.
They do. Why not now?
But that's why we play the game.
It is, my friend. But it's got it. I'm going to come back to that. It's you have the best players. Like, you know, when if coaches got together,
they have the best returning nucleus.
Right. When coaches get together, they can see on paper. They know well enough. And that's why there's coaches polls, right? Sit there and go, yes, this is the most talented team in the country, or we know this, right? Coaches come together. You could also put that on paper and go, man, who needs to coach this team? You know, who could take this team to a national championship? The question is, James Franklin, you are, I guess the point I'm trying to make is, if, say, University of Oregon Dan Lanning. He looked at me and they said, Dan, you can go change rosters. Do you think he'd do it?
No.
How about UW?
Yes.
Jed Fish. Do you think Jed Fish was winning the title with Penn State's team?
No. Sandusky curse. It's real. I didn't think about that.
It is. It's real.
But Penn State is in the best position, in my opinion, at the beginning of the season because of Drew Aller, the quarterback.
Agreed.
Look at Ohio State. They don't even know who the quarterback is.
Agreed.
Oregon's got Dante Moore, 5-star from UCLA. We haven't seen what he's like. Arch, I think he'll be good. Georgia is trying to break in Stetson Bennett. Like, out of the top-tier programs, they have that dude who is going to be a first-rounder. LSU, I don't believe in Brian Kelly. Get him out of here. Franklin and Kelly, get them out of here.
If someone said who's the least likely to coach LSU, I would say Brian Kelly. Like, he does not fit the mold of an LSU like Ed Orgeron does. Like that Ed Orgeron did. Willingness to bend the rules, out-recruit people, awesome. Brian Kelly, not so much. But he is where he is.
Let's stick on Big Ten. Who's going to win the Big Ten?
I mean, I think the odds right now to win the national title, who's odds-on favorite right now is, I think, Ohio State.
It's Texas.
Texas, excuse me, and then Ohio State, right?
And then Penn State, I believe.
Okay. Well, either way, and I think people might say this too, is if you're the number one team in the nation and you're an underdog to the team you're playing in the first game, tells you people think that team is actually better than the number one team, and that is Ohio State.
Yeah.
It's Ohio State. Until it isn't. And its reason is Jeremiah Smith, guys like that, where just difference makers, playmakers, they've been there, they know how to win it. The coaches have proven they know how to win it. But like, players buy in to what's taking place in the program. Until they're beaten, they're the best team in the country. And they're the best team in the Big Ten.
I'm going Penn State versus Illinois, Big Ten title game. Illinois, 10-3 last year. They're looking good. They've got all the pieces. And you know what? They actually don't play. Wait for it. They don't play Penn State, Oregon, or Michigan. So I think they can sneak them.
Oh!
They got Luke Almeyer from Ole Miss. Put up great year last year. I think Illinois slides in there.
I always love the narrative.
It's always got to be a dark horse, right?
Yeah. I always love the narrative of like, why is your team going to be good? Because we don't play anyone. Like, that's.
I just said who's going to get to the championship game, right? Like, Indiana.
Slide in there. Yeah, you're right. Indiana did the same thing. Big Ten's. I used to remember, like, Big Ten. What did they say? Big Ten football was a handoff and clouded us in 4 yards.
Yeah,
It's changed a bit.
Yeah, I mean, they've won the back-to-back natties. They're going for 3 straight. For everyone who says SEC hasn't won in a couple years. And a lot of these players are going to Oregon, Penn State through the portal, and Ohio State. Georgia, Kirby Smart's a great coach, but I don't know if they can move the ball on offense.
Yeah, people aren't sleeping on Georgia and Alabama. I mean,
do you believe in Kalen DeBoer?
So
who's going to get fired first? Kalen, Franklin, or Brian Kelly?
The Three Stooges? No. That's not fair to say. They're good coaches. Alabama, who is the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks? Who was the offensive coordinator for UW? Grubb. So Grubb's there, right? He's got his trusted advisor, if you would, there. DeBoer, I think, is doing what Mike Price would have done if they let him be coach instead of running him out of town before he was the coach. And that's
strip clubs.
Yes, that is actually what they did. They took him to. There should be a 30 for 30 on Mike Price's time at Alabama. But I will say, I think you talk about fits, like cultural fits, kind of stuff. Like, some would say Urban Meyer fit better at Florida than he did at Ohio State. You know, like that. I don't know if DeBoer is kind of this long-standing Bama guy. I don't know.
I feel like he's a I don't even know if there's any more West Coast teams with all this realignment, but he just feels like a West Coast offense, West Coast kind of guy, right? Like throw him into, I don't know.
He feels
USC.
like he's
Maybe he ends up at USC.
No, you can't ride UW to drop down. No, I think he's like he'll end up. I mean, where was he before? He was only gonna.
He was at Indiana.
Minot Strait? No, he wasn't. Was he?
Yeah, because that's why Penix went to UW.
Oh, fair. Okay. So I think he goes back to like Minnesota. That would be like that's where he's headed. Brian Kelly, I don't know. I could see him at Northwestern.
Okay.
And then who's the third? Franklin?
Yeah. I guess he'll take a couple years off, just be
he'll be Shiano's
Fox football, like he'll be like a host or an anchor.
Pushing LASIK surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know. College football's here. What are we? How many weeks away are we?
We are 2 weeks away from week 0. Wait, hold on. We are 1 week away from week 0. So next Friday, the 23rd, yeah, that's right. Iowa State plays Kansas State.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then it gets going the following week. We got Texas, Ohio State. We got LSU, Clemson.
Ooh, Clemson.
Fantasy football. We've got survivor pools.
Clemson is been. Who's the quarterback's name?
Cade Klubnik.
Klubnik. Yeah. Clemson's going to be. It's similar. The narrative around them is similar to that of Penn State. Like they have all the pieces.
Yeah.
And they have them.
But the difference is they play in the ACC. Miami's down just because I don't believe in Carson Beck. I don't believe he's anywhere.
You don't believe in him, or you don't like him, or both?
Both. Both things can be true. He's not as good as Cam Ward.
No, he's not. Yeah. Not even close.
And Cam Ward carried that team and elevated that team.
Yeah. Yep, you're right.
I think Pitt's down. I think SMU's down. So if Clemson doesn't lose early, they could have they could get a bye.
They could. Agreed. Because I don't see Miami. Yeah, Carson Beck's going to get hit in the mouth.
Whoa. Bill Belichick. What about Carolina?
Bill Belichick doesn't play quarterback. Like he
won with Jimmy Garoppolo. He won with.
That's the NFL. You assume
Matt Castle. He won with.
That's the NFL. You assume players are professional and good. But let's talk college. There's a massive difference between fielding a really talented team at the collegiate level and the difference between, in the NFL, any given team can beat any given team.
He's building an NFL program. Him and his 14-year-old girlfriend. Sorry, I'll cut that out. Him and his 28-year-old girlfriend are building an NFL team out there.
God, you got me riled up for football.
I know.
Well, let's go.
I got to pick up my dog.
Go.
Make sure you follow us at BigBenKwin_ on Instagram, TikTok, X, wherever you get your social media. If you like watching us live or on demand, each week we broadcast on nofilter.net and YouTube. Make sure you 5-star us, drop your comments below. And you know what? We might read your comments, even if you troll us. We might give you a little shout out.
I prefer trolling. If you say awesome job, I'm assuming you didn't watch the whole thing. Like if you say this part stunk, okay, I'll take it.
I prefer just positive accolades, just sunshine and rain.
Rooms. I prefer constructive criticism. Oh gosh, let's get out of here.
Are you in a marching band? Why are you blowing a horn?
Is that the fire? What's the fire hall? Can you give me the fire hall? Like, what do they do when they slide down the pole?
Well, you're talking about like a fireman?
Yeah. What's the little...
Isn't there like a cowbell or something in there?
Is it? That's Ghostbusters. No?
Yeah, I got to pick up my dog. Oh, we're back again on Monday. Get ready. Woo! And you know what? The Mets and Yankees still won't be good on Monday.